So glad to be here in Indiana and hate to see this end. This is a great convention. At this time, we do want to recognize your outgoing officers and say thank you to them because they've done an outstanding job. And on behalf of the national office, we want to present them with a plaque. Your outgoing Indiana State Secretary, Clay Walker. Your outgoing State Vice President, Kaylin Andre. And your State President, A.J. Sellers. And now we're ready. Yes, you'll go have a seat.
The incoming officers will have many tasks to perform on behalf of Indiana Betas. Your responsibilities will include a helping hand. Right now, I would like to introduce our outgoing State Secretary for farewell remarks, Clay Walker.
Why does it take a minute to say hello, but forever to say goodbye? Because I have so many people to thank for this life-changing experience. First and foremost, I would like to thank the man upstairs. Next, I'd like to thank my amazing sponsors, Mrs. Wilson, Mrs. Koso, and Mr. Schilling. My fantastic Beta Club from Washington High School. And all of the Beta-tastic people that I have met this year and have impacted me. And of course, everyone here for making this the best convention ever. To my fellow officers, I have one word to describe our tenure together: clutch. Next, I'd like to thank my grandparents, my two beautiful sisters, Aunt Janice. Yeah? Oh, give me one moment. And of course, since I forgot to thank you last year, and you have not allowed me to forget it ever since, I probably need to thank my parents. Everybody, take this in. Mom and Dad, thank you. Love you very much. I am saddened to give up my office, but I only pray that my successor can have as much fun as I had. Now, with the new Indiana Beta State Secretary, Claire Jarrett, please come forward. Claire, the symbol of your office will be the helping hand of service. In addition to your secretarial duties, you will serve as treasurer of the State Service Project. The tact, efficiency, and promptness with which you prepare and handle the reports and correspondence of the Indiana Beta Club will in part determine the success of the club for the coming year. Will you accept these responsibilities?
I will. Do I have to give thank you?
Yeah, wait.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to thank God for this amazing opportunity given to me. And then secondly, my mom, you helped me a lot, and I mean a lot. And to my amazing club and my campaign manager, my sister, Grayson, thanks. I know we fought a lot through it because we're just sisters, but you stuck with me. Love you too. My amazing club, you guys were there through it all. My sponsor, Lori Nord, and my principal, Miss Craney, thank you guys. So, thank you.
Claire, I am pleased to present you this official secretary's pin and invite you to run at Nationals in June. So, pinned on. We're good.
I would now like to introduce Kaylin Andre, our outgoing state vice president, for farewell remarks.
All right, first and foremost, I would like to thank my Lord and Savior, because with him, all things are possible. I'd like to thank my parents, because without them, I literally would not be here. So. Thank you to everyone at the national office, Mr. Bright, Mr. Hart, Mr. Garland, Mrs. Meyer, Mrs. Lewis, Mama Anderson, and my go-to gal, Olivia Trimble. Thank you to my fellow state officers, because I love you guys. Great. Thank you to our awesome state sponsor, Mrs. Christmas, for being there whenever we needed her. Thank you to my great sponsors for my club, Mrs. Noble, Mrs. Trimble. Thank you to my entire club from Sullivan High School for being there for me last year, and a special thank you to the glue that held my campaign together last year, Cody, Eric, Betsy, Taylor, and a special thank you to Rico for being there every time I wanted to cry. And thank you to all of you Indiana Betas for electing me into this position, because without you, I wouldn't be standing up here today. And finally, thank you to my two best friends in this world, Clay Walker and AJ Sellers, for being there every time I needed you and holding me whenever I cried. Thanks. Will the newly elected Vice President, Cassidy Hatton, please come forward? Cassidy, your symbol is the helping hand of achievement. The duties of your office will require you to be responsible, dependable, and prepared to assist the president at all times. The requirements of your office enable you to exemplify those qualities one associates with honest achievement. As a representative of the state Beta organization, you must carry out your duties. You must exemplify these characteristics. The diplomacy and efficiency with which you carry out your duties will in part determine the success of the state organization for the coming year. Will you accept these responsibilities?
I will. Thank you, Indiana Betas, for voting me for this position. Well, first thank you. And I want to thank God, because I wouldn't be here if it weren't for him. Secondly, I want to thank my mom, because she has put up with me for all my life. So, third, I want to thank Miss Trimble and Miss Noble, because you guys have pushed me out of my comfort zone and for great opportunities that I wouldn't have taken by myself. And thank you for my club for everything, for all your support, and I love you all. So thank you.
Cassidy, I am pleased to present you with your official state vice president's pin and invite you to compete at the national convention in June. Congratulations.
I would now like to introduce your outgoing state president for farewell remarks, AJ Sellers.
They came prepared. I want to thank my parents, which I didn't do whenever I got elected. God, which I didn't do whenever I was elected. My campaign manager, which I didn't do whenever I was elected. And my club. You guys helped me with everything. It was great. Shayna Bradley and Zach Williams for convincing me to run. That was very nice. And now we're here. Will the newly elected president, Jake Wilson, please come forward? Your symbol is the helping hand of leadership. Leadership takes strength, endurance, and tact. In leading the Indiana Betas, you will need these qualities. Your duties will require you to be knowledgeable about the various levels of the Beta organization and to be diplomatic in your relationship to those within and outside the organization. You will be an Indiana Beta ambassador of goodwill. The promptness and enthusiasm with which you carry out your tasks will in part determine the destination and success of the state organization for the coming year. You must keep in mind the meaning of the Beta motto: let us lead by serving others. Will you accept the responsibilities of your office?
I will. I've got quite a list of thank yous, actually. I'd like to thank God. I'd like to thank my mom and my dad, Ms. Kelso. I'd like to thank my beautiful campaign manager, Madison Bell Eigelhart. I'd like to thank my sponsor, Ms. Kelso, and Brandon from Forest Park. And my club, specifically Zach Walker, for coordinating a bunch of my campaign and making me actually do stuff. So thank you guys.
Jake, it is an honor to present you with your state officer pin and invite you to compete at the National Convention in June. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm going to put this bad boy over there. Stand by.
I hereby declare these new officers properly installed. Dr. Mark Baker, Chair of the Indiana Beta Club Council, will give the charge from the council.
The National Beta Club Council for the state of Indiana issues to you, the newly elected state student officers, and to each of you as members of the National Beta Club in Indiana, the following charge. I admonish you as leaders and as individual members to remember that you should so conduct yourselves in your school relationships and your private lives that you will exemplify the precepts of the National Beta Club to strive to adhere to the principles of honesty, justice, service, cooperation, responsibility, humility, and charity. It is our fond hope and belief that if you will strive to live by these precepts, you will thereby make yourselves and the National Beta Club a force for good in your school and community. May God be with you in your endeavors. Congratulations.
All right, Jake.
I hereby declare the third general session of the 25th Annual Indiana Senior Convention adjourned.
I just grabbed Clay. Hey, Clay.
No, honey, I'm good. I could have another, but I probably should not. I got somebody at home. It's been a long night here and a long night there, and these long, long legs are damn near everywhere. Hold up, now you look good. I will not lie, but if you ask where I'm staying oh baby, you got me all wrong, baby. My baby's already got all of my love. So no, no, honey, I'm good. I can have another, but I probably should not. I got somebody at home, and if I stay, I might not leave alone. No, honey, I'm good. I can have another, but I probably should not.